The team I'm most intrigued by on your list, I made a post on X about this on Thursday. I think the Spurs are quiet tanking. That's my gut feeling with them continuing to start Chris Paul. I mentioned this stat on my power rankings earlier. We have seen these lineups for 28 minutes. Castle, Victor, Fox for 28 minutes. We've seen Victor, Fox, and Paul for 77 minutes. How is it that we're playing this old man over young Stephon Castle with Wemby and Fox, your future that you're so invested in, when Paul is worse today than Castle, less impactful, worse of a fit? It's because they're quiet tanking. That's why they're playing Castle less, Sohan less, these guys who are part of your future and can help you win more now. The Spurs are quiet tanking. That's my gut. They want to tank again and get another lottery pick to increase their chances at pooping for Cooper.
No, we can't call Chris Paul right now, who's averaging 8 assists a game, quiet tanking on efficient play.
Can't defend, can't score, doesn't get in the paint.
No, I am not gonna allow this Chris Paul slander on this show right now.
I respect Chris Paul, Tom.
No, you can't quiet tank. Acquiring De'Aaron Fox is not quiet tanking. And playing Chris Paul, who's a great organizer, he's still a good shooter. He's not going to get downhill like he used to be, and he's not going to make an impact defensively like he used to be. But Stephon Castle's good for his age. But that's not quiet tanking. I think quiet tanking would be letting Castle play 35 minutes through his mistakes.
No, they'd be better with Castle playing 35 minutes.
I mean, I'm not going to allow the slander of the point guard, even though at this age, I'm not going to allow it. You can't tell me, I don't know. It's just the idea that this guy at his age, Chris Paul, should be playing over Stephon.
He's 54 years old.
No.
Look, I respect Chris Paul. I respect Chris Paul. I respect Wood, to curb reference. I respect Chris Paul. I mean, the guy's a Hall of Famer. He's had a great career, but he should come off the bench. He should come off the bench, and he didn't want to come off the bench last year in Golden State. Now San Antonio is finding out the same thing that Golden State did last year. He doesn't want to come off the bench. He doesn't feel comfortable coming off the bench, but he should come off the bench for the betterment of the team. If they don't want to make the playoffs, is my gut feeling. They want to miss the playoffs. They want to get another lottery pick and increase their odds with the Atlanta pick. Atlanta winning some games lately. San Antonio might have to take it into their own hands.
This is quite a take here. They're 10 points better with Chris Paul on the floor than when he's off the floor.
Doesn't matter. You get Fox now.
Okay. I was getting all excited about this piece that I wrote and saying how the San Antonio Spurs could get Cooper Flagg next to Victor Wembanyama. And then all of a sudden I'm walking into a Chris Paul hater session that, like, man, if he was turning the ball over every other time down the floor and he was like actively tanking on the court, I'd be like, maybe you're onto something. But that's not what's happening here. They're just slowly integrating De'Aaron Fox into the system. And once the training wheels are off, then maybe they bring in Castle with a lot more minutes next to Wemby and Vassell and Fox. But for now, like, you can't argue that they're quiet tanking with Chris Paul minutes. He's been good.
He's okay. He's fine. Come off the bench instead. Makes more sense. 77 minutes with that old man next to your future instead of the young man.
I went to college with this guy. I take offense to this, that you're saying he's 54, bro. Come on. Like if he's 54, then I'm 54. Like, what happened here?
It's a different scale. It's like dog years. You're not old, Tom. Chris Paul's not old in human years, but in basketball years, he's got a walker. Okay? He just does.
Oh, no.
A quick reminder to listeners to please subscribe to the Kevin O'Connor Show if you want more Chris Paul slander and you want Tom to get more uncomfortable with my Chris Paul slander. Subscribe and give us a like on YouTube.